Okay, all right. So I've added the some administrators. So you can see that okay, there are two administrators now, Casimir and then John Doe. I can set up the two-factor verification. So when the two-factor verification is enabled, whenever they try logging in, an SMS of certain characters are going to be sent to their number, and then they are supposed to key in those characters back into the system before they are enabled to use the application. But that feature has been disabled by me. I want to state it out there. It's disabled unless someone actually wants me to deploy this application for them, then I'm going to enable it. But for now, it's it has been disabled from the application. So that is on that. So let's come to the view users too. So we have the various users over here. So for instance, we can edit the information of any of these users that we have over there, right? Pedro Espana, for instance, if that's the surname, we can just update that particular information and realize that Pedro's name has now changed from Pedro to Pedro Espana. So that is what we can do. We can also filter through our users. So that is that on that. So let's get to the products. So I've added some products, right? So we have Coke, Pepsi, Fanta, Banco, Sprite, fried rice, and chicken. And there you go. So when we come to the dining seat, the dining seat basically represent the dining tables from which customers can sit, buy, and then make their order. So let's say we are going to add, let's say in this particular restaurant there are 10 unique tables from which orders can be made. So I'm going to key in 10, right? And then when we go to the dining feature enables us to take orders from customers that want to dine inside the restaurant. So these are the 10 unique tables that people can make order from, right? So let's say at table 5 there are some customers that want to order, let's say, drinks, for starters, right? So let's key in a drink. What kind of drink do they want? Let's say for instance they want Fanta, right? They want 2 of the canned Fanta, right? So that order has been made. You would realize that when we come to the dining table, table 5 has been highlighted with this dark gray, and that is because there are orders around that particular table. So that is why you have it that way. So if I go back to that order and I take down the order, you realize that that table is now free. So let's key in the order is 2. Now when we come here, if the food order is served, the server is supposed to click on the item served to ensure that the quantity here cannot be reduced below what is being served. So if we've served this Fanta, 2 of it, to our customers, we click on the served item to ensure that this quantity cannot be reduced below that quantity, because when we try doing it, we are going to get an error message, an error notification that says, but you cannot reduce the quantity below 2, as 2 of Fanta have already been served. So that's what the application does, ensures that we cannot cheat the business. And then let's say they add they make extra orders, let's say Banco, and then let's say fried rice and chicken. Those orders are there. Once they are served, the server is supposed to click on the item served to ensure that these items are served and that the quantity cannot be reduced. If we choose to check out, right, if we choose to check out this particular order, we are supposed to select anyone can check out an item. Okay, so let's say Pedro was the one that initiated taking the orders from table 5, but for a reason or two, maybe he's busy inside or he's busy around table 7. The people at table 5 can call anyone any of the servers to say, hey, you know what, we would like to check out, so can we get our receipt, you know, to make payment. So anyone can make the checkout. So when you click on checkout, whoever is checking out will select their name to check out. So let's say, for instance, Pedro was available, so he double clicks to check out, and then a print receipt, you know, is generated. So all their order is there. You can see it right over there. So that is for dine-in. Now when we come to go, for instance, right? To go is when customers go to, let's say, the cash register, and then they order their food, you know, to go with it. So they can tell the person that, maybe they want fried rice and chicken, 2 of it, and then let's say Pepsi 2 of that. Now we have this unique feature which enables you to save orders. So for instance, if there is a family of, let's say, 4 with a little one, and the little one is undecisive of what they want to, you know, they want to order from the restaurant, but then there is a long queue, what you can do is you can save their order, right? And then key in any name, or you can just press enter, and then their order is saved, and then you can attend to other customers, so that when they are ready, you can just come to load saved cart, and then you realize that their information is saved, and then you can proceed, you know, serving them. So this is another how do you call it, feature of the application. So when we come here, we get to accept, you know, the money at the cash register. So if, for instance, you key in 68 instead of 69, we are going to get an error message that says insufficient amount, because what we are expected to receive is what, $69. So we are supposed to key in 69 exactly. So when we click on that, a print receipt is, you know, is issued for the customer. So if you have a terminal printer connected to the machine that the application is running, you know, on, a print receipt will be issued. Now there's one unique thing about the application that I want to call your attention to. So you realize that at the dine-in section, right? Sorry, at the dine-in section, people can make orders, and then at the to-go section too, people can make orders. But I want you to check this out. Over here, there are what? The quantity of the Fanta is what? Is 7. That's at the to-go section. So let's say people have walked into the, let's say a family of 5 have walked into, you know, the restaurant, or let's say a family of 7 have walked into the restaurant, and then they want to dine in, and let's say they are table 9, right? Let's say table 9 is the largest, and everyone says we want let's say Fanta, right? So they are ordering the same thing, so they want 7 of the canned Fanta, so you select 7. Now if I try selecting beyond 7, I'm going to get an error, because that is not the quantity that is available. We don't have 8, so we have 7. So you realize that when I click on the notification, we have what? Insufficient Fanta product. So we can only select 7. So this 7 is selected. That is for people that are dining inside, right, at table 9. Now let's say, for instance, somebody walks into the restaurant, right, and then they want to order to go with it, right? So they go to go, and then let's say they say they want Fanta, right? 1 or 2 of it. Although it is written over here 7, there are people within the restaurant that have already made an order at table 7. They've already requested 7 of the Fanta. So what is going to happen is, as soon as you click on this, you are going to get a notification that says what? Insufficient product. That is what you are going to get, because in truth, there are people that have reserved 7 of, you know, the Fanta. So until they release their quantity, there is no way for you to, you know, supersede, you know, and then get their order. So for instance, when I come to the dine-in, and let's say one of them decides that, hey, you know what, I want to change my order from Fanta to, for instance, Coke. So we reduce the quantity, right? So as soon as we reduce the quantity, it reflects. Now we can go back to the to go and then make that order, and I realize that it's inside the cart, right? So if that is what they want, you can just do that for them, and then you can just click on if they want to check out, you just key in the amount they give you, and then you go with it. So let's say they give you exactly the amount, so we key in and then you get the receipt. Great. So the next thing that we are going to look at is the sales history. Okay, and for this one too, I'm going to pause the video because I want to make a lot of requests so that we see the different sales at different time and stuff like that. So I'm going to pause it, load, make a lot of requests, and then later we take it off from there, from the sales